This is Mike Yurigan at Brevard. I thought we'd give you a little update on what's going on at the irrigation system at Habitat and a few other things. Right now we're on pace to get finished between the 15th and the 20th of this month. Things are going a little bit smoother. We're over on the 4th hole today, which is going to have a 4-string line of heads, which is going to take them a good day plus to do, and then we're going to head to number 1. And again, most of you know that's a par 5, so that's going to take a good day plus to get that finished. So we're really excited about it. We've been out hand watering the driving range, and part of the golf course has been turned down and haven't had any water. So until they get to those holes, we've had to hand water and just not water into the fairways and tees. So you'll see out Jamie and myself and a few others on the Winterberry crew out trying to keep the greens. Obviously the greens loops are done, we can do the greens, but we're doing them by hand. We just got our new satellite on number 9, so we have automatic water through the system and through the iPad and the phone to be able to water. So things are progressing a lot quicker now, and as we get to the back 9, we're hoping that they'll be finished sometime between the 15th and the 20th. So our target day was the 15th of March. Right now it looks like probably the 18th. The weather's been extremely dry, as you all know, so just trying to keep the golf course wet and in these dry conditions. I went back and it looked like December 13th was the last time we had any significant rain. I know there was a little bit of a day or so in February that we had a little bit of rain, but you'll see the ponds are extremely dry. And just a lot of you have asked some questions about the ponds and everything. St. John's Water Management is allowing us to pump 35 million gallons of water a year out of the ground, and then our surface water we can only pump 70 million gallons. So that's about 30 million gallons lower than what we thought we were going to be able to get to. And again, it's just like anything else with the growth in Florida and all the people moving to Florida. They're trying to be very relegated towards how much water we use and everybody uses at that extent. So we're just trying to be very safe and smart with everything that we're doing. And again, a huge thank you to all of you in the community that has continued to come out and play at Habitat and Spencer Holland. We had another record of February, and we really appreciate that. It's been really nice to see, and hopefully with this is all done, you'll see a tremendous change in the ability for us to maintain and maintain the water levels and maintain the water that we do put on the golf course, fertilizing, the chemicals, all the different things, and just having the ability to water the greens, and mostly the most important, at a certain level that we want where we don't lose them in dry conditions like this, but also be able to relegate that water that we do put on them. So been a huge plus so far. It's been a lot of headaches obviously, but we want to thank all of you for just kind of hanging in there with us and playing the golf course with the little goofy conditions, but on the weekends we're trying to get everything open so it's a full 18 both on Saturday and Sunday. So I appreciate that. Spencer Holland, again, we talked about we're going to redo all the bathrooms and everything over there on the golf course. That'll happen as soon as the parts and pieces come in. But overall, I'm very pleased with where we are. Would I like to be ahead of schedule? Absolutely. So, again, thank you. I figured today that I'd bring out a wedge and show you a couple shots for some, maybe some tips that you could get from that. I was very fortunate to be able to go to the Bay Hill Pro-Am on Wednesday, and the North Florida PGA, along with the Arnold Palmer tournament, allows us, the PGA professionals, to go out and walk with one of the Pro-Am groups, try to help some of the Pro-Am contestants, and just, rake the bunkers. Can just be a little bit of a liaison between the players, the fans, and everything else. And I was fortunate enough to be with Jordan Spieth on Wednesday at 12 o'clock, and we went out, and the guys had a great time that they were with Jordan. And I will tell you, he is as genuine as you see on TV and you see him on the golf course. He is a tremendous young man. I got a chance to talk to him, actually a lot more than I thought I would be able to. We were out there for 5 hours, and he was helping his Pro-Am team with some shots and alignment and things like that. So he's very cordial and very, very helpful, and has no reason why he didn't play such a great round and play 4 great days at Bay Hill. I know he probably wasn't too happy with his putting on Sunday. A few putts here or there, he wins that golf tournament. So what you see with Jordan Spieth is 100% genuine, fantastic. And he was helping some of the guys. We were actually behind the 16th green. We went off the back 9 first, and he was showing them a shot of how to pitch the ball out of the heavy rough. Now, unfortunately, we can't duplicate the ryegrass that Bay Hill has, anywhere from 3 to 6 inches and even more. Last year it was even higher. So to try to duplicate that, he had brought up some comments and some things that I learned very young from my father, was that when you're chipping out of the heavy grass, when you're setting up to it, he wanted the gentleman that was playing with him to open the blade a little bit, obviously coming out of heavy rough, and he only had to hit the ball about 5 yards, not even quite 5 yards, and have it trickle down the hill on number 16. And if you watch the tournament yesterday, you'll see how hard the greens and how baked out they were and how brown they were. Well, just walking on the greens on Wednesday, imagine being hard as a rock then and then going into Sunday, were even faster. So he had brought up a comment to one of the players. He said, look, he said, when you're taking back these little shots and you're trying to hit them soft and land, open the blade a little bit, play the ball in the back of the stance slightly, and try to maintain the same rhythm that you make back and through, as opposed to going back slow and then try to go fast to try to get through it. Or, obviously when it's sitting way down in the Bermuda, it's a little different. And then going fast to slow or deaccelerate. So when you do that, what happens is that your arms stop, your wrists take over. You see it time and time again, golfers sculling it or coming into the ball and chunking behind it. That's what this gentleman did, because he was a little nervous to try to figure out how he was going to be able to maintain the swing through, maintain the same speed back and through, and just let the club go down and sweep the ball right out of the grass. And you can see, I don't know if on the video if you're going to see those pop up a little bit, but the balls only flew about 4 or 5 yards in the air, and what happens, they're coming down very, very soft. Now, I'm not hitting it out of the rough, but you saw Jordan on 17, if you watch the telecast, he hit a beautiful shot in there, and it landed just short of the pin and rolled back in the back fringe, and he hit the same shot he tried to do, and he hit it a little bit, and it only went about 3 or 4 yards, if that, and it came up about 6-8 feet short, and he had to make the putt for par, and he missed it. So if he makes that putt and pars the last hole, he's in a playoff. So as all that happens, when you get around the greens, just like I tell a lot of my students that take lessons from me, learn to control the pace of your golf swing. As your swing goes back and it comes through, it naturally accelerates. As you get to the point where you come into the ball and you slow down, then you're going to stop. You're going to flip your wrist. You're going to do all kinds of stuff. I can get away with it a little bit because I got a pretty good lie here. So just try to work on square position, slightly open, and try to maintain the same rhythm through the ball. And if you do that, you'll sweep the ball up, the ball will pop up, and hopefully you'll have a good shot. And with that said, you also got to get the right speed, so when it hits the green, it'll release. Obviously, the farther away, you can use a little less loft. I'm using my Jaws Callaway 56 degree, and love this club because I can do a lot with it. I can turn it down and bump and run it, or I can square it up, or I can open it, and I just maintain that nice, comfortable speed and pace through the swing. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. We appreciate, again, all your support on both golf courses, and we'll hope to see you soon. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.